Welcome to our PBL case study focusing on gender and sexual diversity in education, presented by Abby, Maya, Sam, and Christian.
Meet Alex. Alex is 14 years old and about to enter his first year of high school. He's a great student who gets along well with his peers and teachers, plays soccer throughout the year, indoor and outdoor, loves going on vacation with his family, and spends his weekend playing video games with friends. Growing up, Alex has always preferred short hair, and no one ever judged his shortcuts because he was always seen as a tomboy. Unfortunately, the rest of his body did not work the same way. Alex struggled through puberty as his body started developing breasts and he got his menstrual cycle. Knowing his mind and body were at odds, he decided the summer after 8th grade he would make changes to be more comfortable. Alex saw high school as a fresh start. He bought athletic tape and began to bind his chest each morning before school, and when introducing himself on the first few days, asked to be called Alex by his peers and teachers and for them to use the pronouns he, him. While almost all of Alex's teachers have been supportive, he has been facing some challenges at school. He does have one teacher who constantly uses his dead name and she, her pronouns in class. Some of his old school friends refuse to talk to him or play video games with him anymore. While he has made some new friends, many of which are also part of the LGBTQ+, he is the only trans youth in the group and feels like he has no one to really speak to about his struggles. When Alex goes to try out for the school soccer team, he is told he cannot play on the boys' team. He must sign up for the girls, and there is no unisex option. The challenges Alex is facing at school create symptoms that he alone cannot handle. Alex has become more withdrawn and sullen at school, home, and soccer. He is beginning to feel depressed and anxious about returning to school every day, knowing he may be ridiculed and misgendered. His lack of focus and support is causing his grades to drop. While his family and friends support his transition, Alex is dealing with lack of representation and support in the school system, resulting in negative changes to his mental health.
Sex refers to the biological label someone is given at birth, usually male or female, based on anatomy and chromosomes. Although some people are intersex and don't fit typical definitions, gender is different. It refers to the social expectations and roles that cultures associate with being male or female. Gender identity is a person's internal sense of their gender, which can be male, female, non-binary, or something else. When someone's gender identity matches their sex assigned at birth, they are called cisgender. When it does not match, they may identify as transgender. Gender diversity is a normal part of human variation. Gender dysmorphia is the distress someone may experience when their gender identity and assigned sex do not align. But being transgender itself is not considered a disorder.
According to Eager, teens need the support of caring adults in their schools to help relieve the adverse effects on their health, well-being, and academic achievement that result from systemic bias around their intersecting identities. To accommodate Alex's needs specifically, first, the school's guidance office should be appropriately trained to support queer students in discussing gender-affirming care, counseling, acting as a safe space, and maintaining student-teacher confidentiality if needed. As previously stated, a good first step is to train school staff on what intersectionality is and how to use it as a resource that benefits all students. To start, educators need the opportunity to explore the complexity of privilege, identity, and marginalization in their own lives. They must recognize and understand their own intersecting identities to better understand the educational and social impact of their identity on their students. When educators are trained to use practices that affirm and welcome students' entire identities, they are more likely to earn students' trust. At the same time, it is essential that students with intersecting identities have school staff they can go to whose experiences mirror their own. Students need more educators who look like the students and can relate to them. And schools must keep diversity, specifically teachers of color and LGBTQ+ teachers, in mind when hiring staff. Principals can also support this work by reinforcing equity-based norms and values in their school systems and by coaching teachers to use an intersectional lens in classrooms. Additionally, an essential part of this is creating policies and practices that are inclusive of all identities. For example, anti-harassment policies should also include sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression, in addition to other categories of protection. These schools must consistently monitor the extent to which these policies are upheld and ensure that staff intervene when identity-based harassment occurs. Access to peer groups can help at-risk students cope with similar challenges, such as the incarceration of parents, trauma, immigration status, and religious expression. One of these peer groups can be the Gay Straight Alliance or the Gender Sexuality Alliance, GSA. By establishing and supporting a GSA, schools send LGBTQ youth the message that they are seen and supported. Such clubs have been found to limit negative experiences, reduce risky behaviors, and lower distress. To apply this, the school, with the support of the students and educators, should organize a gay-straight alliance that everyone is welcome to. Most GSAs are student-led with support from educators who help the groups organize trips, facilitate school-wide events, establish rules and agendas, and provide a confidential ear. A GSA helps with representation, education, and awareness, and provide a safe space to discuss counseling, gender-affirming care and experiences, as well as give students a sense of belonging. The Human Rights Campaign claims that all students should be allowed to use the facilities in which they feel comfortable and recognized. This includes having access to bathrooms and locker rooms that correspond with their gender identity. The recent withdrawal to protect transgender students does not prevent schools from proactively accommodating their needs, which prioritizes the safety and well-being of all students.
Schools can support transgender students by creating safe and inclusive environments where everyone feels respected. This includes establishing safe spaces or support groups where students can talk without fear of judgment or harassment. Educators and staff should respect students' chosen names and pronouns and use gender-inclusive forms and dress codes. Schools can also increase safety by providing gender-neutral bathrooms and access to facilities that align with the student's gender identity. Ongoing professional development helps teachers create inclusive lessons using an intersectional lens, while also improving understanding of gender and sexuality-based bullying and how to prevent it to ensure student safety. One of the biggest issues Alex is facing is underrepresentation and feeling alienated from his peers. One key solution for Alex is making sure his pronouns are respected by peers as well as teachers and staff. This ensures that Alex's identity is respected and validated by those around him. Having Alex educate those genuinely interested in their identity and journey will create a more understanding and welcoming environment where Alex can thrive as their true self. Most schools in modern day have more resources available for gender and sexually diverse students. There are more inclusive activities and clubs that are being introduced specifically for gender and sexually diverse students. These clubs provide a safe space for diverse students to meet others with the same interests and similar experiences. Numerous school systems are offering counseling to students who are struggling with mental health issues. Given Alex's situation, counseling could offer him many useful strategies to build his confidence and strengthen his sense of identity, while helping him find his place socially.
To transgender individuals, you are valid, you are loved, and you matter. And to everyone else, your support can change lives. Speak up, show up, and stand with trans communities.